took Andy to the top 10. Worked with him as a young kid. And he's done a good job with Benjamin Becker.
There's that kick serve that's been a good friend of Agassi through the years.
When you're tight, you don't move your feet very well. And you can see Becker having a little bit of trouble moving right now. His tension's still in his body. He hasn't been in a position like this before, that's for sure.
And the ace for Agassi. 1-all. Benjamin Becker went to Baylor because a friend from Germany had preceded him by 1 year and talked him into coming over to the States. He said, that was my dream. In Germany, if you go to college, you don't get to play serious sports. So it gave me an opportunity for an education and to be an athlete. He said, but I was a little shocked when I went to the United States and I expected to see all these skyscrapers, and I landed in Waco. It was a little different than I had anticipated.
Probably doesn't lose points too often when he hits a 138-mile-an-hour first serve. And that's what just happened against Agassi.
Agassi again handling the heat at 132.
This is coming at him at 132 miles an hour. Just a very quick little move with his shoulders and hips. And he drew the error from the server.
Andre's also a great win player. He's moving around a bit out there, and he just is able to hit through the ball if he needs to, use spin. I think it helped going up in Vegas where those winds kick up often. 3 break points here. It's 1-all.
One breaker saved. Agassi in position to claim the early lead.
You can tell that Agassi's still trying to feel out Becker, see what he's going to do with some of these shots, if he's going to overhit early. Andre hasn't done much more than get the ball back and see what this guy's going to do.
Well, he's figured out pretty quickly this guy can hit a big serve. He's just content to block it back and take it from there.
He might have to step it up a little bit because, well, this is new territory for Benjamin Becker. Looks like he's come to play as well.
Agassi passes the first test of stretching that sore back. Took a cortisone shot, 30 minutes, 7-inch needle after he played Monday night. That was Tuesday. And then took anti-inflammatories after the long match.
He's had 3 straight days of that now, we hear. It didn't look like he moved too well there. A good off forehand from Becker. He's thinking ahead. He wants to keep the inflammation down for the match tomorrow. No pain-killing injection, apparently, but Trying to minimize the damage if he were to play, if Andy Roddick wins later, him tomorrow afternoon. He gets you a little winded, Agassi, and then he forces you to go for a little bit more than you're comfortable doing. Becker had to work hard and did well to stay in this point. And then he got a shot that he should have done better with, but he got tight, caught it a little late, and he's down another break point.
Fourth break point. That's a play that Baghdadis used effectively in the second round against Agassi. Tough to get off the mark quickly.
That's the time you want to do it. When you're in charge in the point, you've got some options. So Agassi's got to think he may hit through that. So that's a well-timed shot. I tell you, this guy can serve.
Wife Steffi and children are here at Arthur Ashe Stadium. She does not sit with the rest of the Agassi clan. Good enough. That's quite a save by Benjamin Becker. 4 break points. 2-1 opening set. Well, that last game and the hold by Becker saving 4 break points raised some eyebrows. Now it's Agassi. Love 15.
He's looking comfortable out there now, Becker. He's got some game. I mean, he's playing within himself now, and he's a solid player.
So far, he's hitting with more pace than Agassi on the ground strokes, and we've seen how big he serves.
And he's had a couple of quality wins, Benjamin Becker. Here, he beat Grosjean at Wimbledon. He beat the tough Argentine Chela. 25 years old. I mean, in some ways, he is a veteran. And he's starting to have his best results now. Safin taking the first set from David Nalbandian, and he's been all over the map this year.
Ryan Sweeting, an American collegian, wraps the first set. Lots of big names, not just on the show courts today. Oh, Lindsay Davenport has lost the opening set to Zlotnik.
It's tough for Ryan Sweeting, though, Dick. Don't you think he's going to have to play 6 matches in 8 days to win this? He's only in the second round. Him and Rokas and Nalbandian Safin. He's a break point for Benjamin Becker. That officially means he's still nervous out there. You know, the question is, will he be overwhelmed by this occasion?
So far, so good for the Becker camp. grew up in a soccer family, and that was his first sport. And still a big fan, Cologne being his team in Germany. And about age 7, he found an old racket in the garage and decided to bat a ball around. Agassi didn't move well at all there.
No, he's not moving as well, at least so far, as he did in his first 2 matches. Perhaps it's the earlier time. Getting out here at 11 o'clock. They're still feeling the effects of those first 2 matches.
The fact that it is sunnier and warmer, and so in contrast to the gray and damp days we had when on the sit-downs you can cool off, at least that should help the back.
You would think. You would think so. Hope so.
Becker earning another break point.
Well, Becker should see that when he gets opportunities, he should just try to make Agassi play, especially not go for winners on the return. He's been in the long end. This is the 3rd deuce of this game already. And the crowd's, sensing Agassi's not got it going yet. Struggling out there. It's helped him so much, the service improvement. Winning more points off that serve. A nice solid 118 there.
Both of his previous opponents, Pavel and Baghdadis, using the drop shot effectively. And Agassi battles through a tough service hold. It's 2-all. CBS Sportsline is the destination for complete U.S. Open coverage. You get the latest news and analysis when you click on tennis at cbssportsline.com. He has set a men's record in the Open era with his 21st consecutive U.S. Open appearance. He first arrived here in 1986 at the age of 16. Lost that first match to Jeremy Bates. It's the only time in his career here at the Open that he's lost to a player ranked outside 100. Since Bates, he's gone 24-0. He faces the 112th ranked Becker today.
He certainly doesn't want to end it against a guy out of the top 100. Becker's done a good veteran thing. You don't know him, but he's been around a bit playing the serve. He's taking his time. He's not rushing here. That's a good sign for him.
He's doing everything he can, from the serve to the drop shots, to test the mobility of Agassi.
Long rally, and Agassi not moving to the baseline. He's playing deeper than normal. Prevails in that long rally.
That was a tough rally, physical one there. And it looked like Agassi clipped the line in that last forehand. Becker hoping it would go long. No call. This is the time for Andre to try to take advantage. And he's a little winded. He's going to try to hit a big first serve, end this point quickly. He's got a real pop up the middle. I mean, he's hit at 136, got 138. So that slice out wide's effective. He's a good server, this guy. Doesn't look like his serve's going to break down. However, his ground stroke's a different story. He's been wild out there early in this match.
Well, as you see him from the two wings, where would you play him? To his forehand or backhand?
Well, I think he's going to make mistakes off both sides. He's having some trouble with Agassi's pace. He's got more on his forehand, that's clear, but he may make more errors off that side too, going for too much.
Wow. 133. Veron serve 3-2. CBS Sports coverage of the U.S. Open continues after this message and a word from your local station. On serve opening set, Agassi at 2-3. Each man has had a chance to break.
Agassi putting something extra on that serve there. Second serve. Becker was looking to attack. Just clipped the top of the net.
We've spoken so much about how this is Andre Agassi's final tournament. It could very well be Lindsay Davenport's as well. And she's already down a set in a break.
Doesn't have the fluidity and motion on his serve that he did the first couple rounds either. He looks like he's struggling a bit, Andre, right now. He's hanging in there at the moment.
Yeah.
We talk so much about, we loved listening to Andre Agassi talk about everything, but keep in mind that when he talks about his longevity, that's when I think he's very interesting. He talks about how it's all about handling pace through the years, and his mechanics have so much to do with that. He's always had a nice, clean, tight game, beautiful, simple strokes that have been able to withstand the increasing pace over the last 20 years of his career. Very much like Jimmy Connors and Ken Rosewall. Those kind of fellows have got the sort of swings that hold up against pace, whereas, some great champions have not been able to do that. Like Martina Hingis, for instance, and John, much more of a touch game. Pace can overwhelm those kind of strokes. I like listening to Andre to a certain point when he gets zen and philosophical and all of that. But I really like listening to him talk about tennis. Right now, the pace of Becker is overwhelming Andre. He will have to move better so he can stay with this.
But he isn't. He's moving gingerly. You can see it again on that last point.
What I think Andre's going to try to do is hang close enough, the latter points, parts of a set, and then hope the guy chokes or tightens up, that he's around, because he has obviously so much more experience. At the moment, he doesn't have it in him to step it up. He's going to have to wait this out. Allow Becker to beat himself.
Well, remember in the 2002 final against Pete Sampras, it took him a couple of sets to warm up because he'd beaten Hewitt in a tough one the day before.
Third round, opening set, no breaks of service, although each man has had an opportunity. Agassi had Becker facing 4 break points back at the 1-all game, but Becker able to save his serve, and then Becker had his chance the next game. Agassi saved. Agassi having to go one-handed on the backhand twice in that exchange.
Becker's starting to realize that he doesn't have to hit as big a shot as he was earlier in the set, and that's if he's able to settle down here, he could really be dangerous. If he takes that return early and gets ahead in the point, he's in good shape. See, that's what he's got to guard against. Is his easy misses, giving Agassi the point.
Coach of Becker, Jean-Luc Fontenot, and Tariq Nabilis to his left, who is his advisor, and Kristen Roof, the young lady, the girlfriend of Becker. Nabilis, as John pointed out, coach of Roddick, and then handed it off to Brad Gilbert.
That's not the way he would have described it, but yeah. Well, he's going for more, too, Andre, on the serve. He wants to win as many easy points as possible. That's as hard as second service you'll see from him, that's for sure.
This is a smart idea, his third ace of the day. He's got to do something with the first ball he hits, whether serving or returning. There's another one. Because when he gets behind in these points, he's going to be in trouble. And, we listened to Andre discuss what he wanted to have happen out there. And this shows, once again, that Shot Tracker shows it was good. He hit it for his second ace of that game. Andre wants 3 clean sets here. He wants to break a set at least. And this guy's doing a good job of holding on to his serve.
Held that ball nicely. Forced Agassi to lean one way, and he hit the forehand with a lot of topspin to keep it in the court.
That's huge with a lot of action.
Well, it's a nice serve because it looked initially like he was going to kick it out to Andre's backhand, the American twist serve, and then he took it and sliced it up the middle. Very nice serve from Becker.
And he uses the power 140 on that ace. 7th ace for Becker. Ten straight points now for Benny Becker on his serve. And another hold at love. 5-4 on serve in the opening set. Welcome back. Agassi serving at 4-5. Look at the draw in Agassi's section. Verdasco Roddick play next on Arthur Ashe. The winners meet in the 4th round. Hewitt and Djokovic. That's a tough one.
Agassi requested this early start, and there are a lot more people here than they normally are at this hour, but the energy is not nearly the same as it was those first two night matches. He wanted to play early, so if he won, he'd have more time to recover because he knows he has to play tomorrow, but he's clearly at the moment not feeling too good out there.
And this big crowd that will reach to 24,000 today has seen what we've seen. Just not quite the bounce in his step nor the movement that he showed in the first two matches, but hanging on, a point away from 5-all. 2 points for 5-all.
That shot would be very, very useful for Becker if he can hit that consistently, as it was for Baghdadis the second round. That just opens the court up. It's there for him if he can hit it in consistently. Agassi's got to lean and expect that cross-court shot, which is a higher percentage play. But he's won a lot of points off that serve.
Darren Cahill, his coach at Agassi's camp, and this crowd applauding the hold at 5-all. You saw that startling statistic that winners 18-6 in Becker's half.
This is where he hopes Becker tightens up late stages of a set.
Becker, to his credit, no double faults. Served well. Davenport earns that break back, so they're on serve in the second. Davenport down a set. And Patty Schneider, the 7th seed, moves through after dropping the opening set.
This guy's got 7 aces, Becker, no doubles. He's hitting a big serve. He's got variety to it. He's not going to be easy to break if he can keep his nerve. Percentage overhead. Good play again from Becker.
And here on his serve, John McEnroe, Ben Becker has won 13 straight points. Well, he's dominating on his service games.
The good news is so is Agassi. So he's been able to hold relatively easily. He's that early in the match, he had that 40 love first time Becker served. He snuck out of that, and that allowed him to relax a little bit.
Shot tracker showing that the ball was just out. Agassi played through that point. He won it anyway. So after 13 straight service points won by Becker, Agassi comes up with a couple and makes it interesting for the fans here as they're rooting for him to make this as quick an afternoon as possible. Wide, and the hold by Becker. Agassi will serve for the tiebreak when we return. The Open will continue after this word from your local station. After a full week of gray skies and a lot of rain, blue skies, a beautiful day for tennis, and the fans pouring into the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. And what a great schedule we have for you in our 7 hours of live coverage. And here's Andre Agassi serving at 5-6. Opening set, trying to get to a tiebreak against Benjamin Becker. 25-year-old German has played very well. Becker has, after having problems in his second service game, was down low 40, but saved 4 break points. Since then, he just has given Agassi very little in his service games. And Agassi has thrown in a good handful of aces himself. That's number 6. One less than Becker. Becker finds himself 2 points from grabbing the opening set.
He did to Agassi what Agassi normally does to his opponents, hurting, taking that return early. Those are the type of exchanges Andre wants to get in with Becker. He'll win most of those points. Yeah, I believe that was called out.
I thought I heard an out call.
And Andre's not going to question it. And this is set point now for Becker. People even realize it.
No, they were cheering that as if it were a winner.
That's it.
And the double fault. Becker owns the opening set. Boy, that really has put the silencer on this big crowd at Arthur Ashe Stadium. The German Becker takes the set 7-5. And welcome back. Let's go back to that 30-all point in the last game. Just wide, and Shot Tracker confirms that it narrowly missed the outside edge. And that gave Becker the break point and set point, and then the double fault by Agassi for the set. 7-5 Becker.
I knew Agassi saw the ball well, but I mean, not to challenge that was at 30-all. I mean, that says something to me about his mental state. You know, he's not in a good place right now, physically or mentally.
And now knows that to advance, he's going to have to go 4 sets once again, and it's been an exhausting trip just to get to this third round. His 2 matches more than taxing emotionally and physically.
There it goes. You know, he made an extra effort to get down early in that return to the stance, the crouch. You know, which he hasn't done much in this match so far.
Now Lindsay Davenport rallies to take the second set. Agassi acted as though he thought that was an ace.
He needs a boost right now. He can get this early break, get the crowd more into this. Crowd's pretty quiet this first set. I was stunned by this unknown winning 7-5.
Well, maybe Benjamin Becker never met Boris, but he's certainly serving like him. That first serve of the first set for Becker, look how effective he was. Over 70% first serves won, and close to that in second serves won against the great returner of this modern age.
Pretty good set. 19 winners to only 7 for Agassi. 7 aces, no double faults. He's certainly not overcome by the occasion. Another winner.
You mentioned it, 1-all, Dick. He was down low 40. And if Agassi had gotten that early break, it may have turned out to be a very big game. You don't expect it to be such early point of a 3 out of 5 set match, but that allowed Becker some breathing room to relax that little bit.
Agassi had 4 chances to break him, and all erased by Becker. Back to deuce.
Just one more thing to keep in mind, though. Benjamin Becker has only played 5-setters, 3 out of 5 set matches before in his whole life. So that might be something else to think about as this match progresses.
He said when he got into this championship, all of a sudden he's ahead by 2 sets. I got to play another one? They're used to that. There's the break point for Andre Agassi, his first since the 3rd game of the match.
It's almost as if Becker's realized I have a chance to win this, and he's played a tight game here. This would be good for a lot of reasons if Agassi could get this break right now. Not least of which to get the crowd more energized.
Yeah, they're ready to use their voices. They came to cheer Agassi. Andre gets a second ball on break point.
Moving back. He's literally 12 feet behind the baseline to hit the serve.
And it's long. Agassi does break to start the opening set, or the second set, after losing the opener. And the crowd now ready to roar.
Agassi's used that tactic in the past where he'll throw his opponent off by changing the position of where he returns the serve. But, obviously he's not moving as well. So that gives him more time to line it up and gives more time for Becker to think about the next shot. So that turned out to be a good play for him, knowing Becker's not going to come in on it the second serve.
Yeah, it's not the Agassi you normally see and cheer. He likes to get up, crowd that baseline, get inside the baseline, take the ball early. But in the match thus far, because of the back, we were guessing, I mean, he's just not as mobile. He's had to give some ground and really did in that last couple of points.
Lindsay Davenport took the last 5 games of that middle set and is already up a break. Now 7 games in a row in the 3rd against Katerina Zrabotnik.
Some question as to whether or not Lindsay would even be able to play in this U.S. Open, having to retire just a week ago.
Patty Schnyder recovering from a tough first set. Dinara Safina easy. Her brother Marat is also playing. And Marat is up a set against David Nalbandian.
Just wide.
He's got a little bit more hot now. He's starting to, it's like the wake-up call has come.
He might have needed that first set just to loosen up a little bit. That break, that last game, he only hit 1 winner, Agassi, but it was 4 errors from Becker that caused that break.
Yeah, it's key here for Agassi with the early lead to secure that opening break.
He's lost some zip on that serve, though. I mean, he's just spinning it in, it seems.
92 miles an hour on the second serve, 98 on that first one.
That's it. And early in the match, he was hitting his serve. But at the moment, he's having trouble just using his legs, which he needs to generate some pop. And that's Becker a chance to break.
Another forehand error from Becker's end. Saving the break point, Agassi.
It's a tricky situation for Andre. You know, he never played like Pete Sampras, you know, where he could just dominate and overpower opponents. He was more Connors, like grinding people. I'm not sure he's fit enough to grind against Benjamin Becker. He's already had to do that through the first few rounds. I think he needs to go for quicker points.
Seventh ace gives him a point for 2-love.
Right there, he barely moved for that. He just took a long step. His balance was off. That's not normal for Andre. Just reached for this ball.
Hurts to watch.
He's still, you know, trying to figure out a way to win this thing, despite how bad he feels. Late call. That serve called out.
Premature as Becker stays in the point with that defensive lob.
That's actually the best he moved in this match. But this was a great get by Becker. Good defensive lob. And by this time, Andre was desperate. And he just went for the winner. He wasn't in position to hit it.
Another break point for Becker. That's let call from umpire Molino. There's a beeper device that on the top of the net cord that registers in the umpire's chair, so he makes the call. There's the wiring system. Agassi fighting his way through another long rally.
I kept waiting for Becker to hit that drop shot, but it was Agassi that did it first. And Becker was there in plenty of time, and that's, you know, that's just feeling the pressure, because that's a shot you would think he would normally make. But this is a different circumstance right now here at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
2 break points saved. And here's a third for Becker.
He's had his most success returning when he's pulled an Agassi. You know, kept that backswing short, taking it early, and hurt Andre there again.
Fourth deuce. This is the longest game of the match. A 36-year-old Agassi battling through. Down the set, saving 3 break points in this game. Had it lined up, and here's another chance for Becker to draw even in the second set.
That's a good play from Becker again. He sliced that back and kept it low, which forces Agassi to get down lower. He just couldn't do it. That's normally a shot he'd eat up there. Certainly concern in the Agassi camp.
Able to do some good business in that ad court by kicking wide. Some worried expression there from wife Steffi, Darren Cahill, coach of Agassi. High marks to Becker in his debut here at Arthur Ashe. And the double fault.
He's trying to mix up the pace and spins of his serve, too, to keep Becker off balance. That's why he's forcing the issue there, throws the double, and this is the 5th time that Becker has a chance to break this game.
After losing his service in the opener. Oh, that was Agassi, classic Agassi, half fouling from the baseline.
I mean, this is a great return. Look where he hits the ball from. That's not where you're taught to hit balls. You know, standing in between the baseline and the service line. Yet he comes up with some magic there. He needed that.
And the ace to follow. Not been easy here in New York for Agassi. Another match that if he's to win, it's going to take him a lot of time. Already an hour consumed, and we're just in the second game of the second set. Pleased that you're with us for our 7 hours of live coverage. 12 Grand Slam title holders are involved in singles play today. There's another double, his 4th. And one of those, Lindsay Davenport, a U.S. Open champion, has a break lead in the final set against Surabatnik. Number 6 break point for Becker. Amazing game. 8th deuce.
He certainly doesn't want to play a lot of games like this. You make this type of effort, you want to hold.
This is the 22nd point of this game.
That's a great effort from Andre.
And they stand here at Arthur Ashe to salute the gameness of the veteran Agassi. Fights through 6 break points in that game.
Kind of tough to watch. And when he finally held on, it looked like he was going to start doing one of those little hops that he's been doing. He didn't even bother. I don't think he's even up for that, it seems.
And finally a double fault, the first from Becker's end.
He's got to put out of his mind that there's 2 games he should have won. Instead, he's down 2-love. Seems a bit rattled at the moment. First double there.
Comes right back with a big serve.
Yeah, he can fall back in that serve, which is it doesn't look like it's a motion that's going to break down often.
And then he slices one wide at 111 miles an hour.
He's just got such a nice natural rhythm on the serve. It doesn't look like he's trying to go big. He's got heat. He's got a changeup. And he's forcing Agassi to stretch a lot, torque, move back, try to cut it off by moving in. Agassi, this is not a good return game day for Andre, and that's usually what he does best. And that has so much to do with balance and court positioning. One of the reasons Agassi has been such a tremendous returner of serve. Now he's given up a lot of the court, trying to hit it from way back. Trusting that if he can get a nice enough piece of the return, then he can move into the court. Okay, this is for a second serve. Look where he's standing.
Becker holds. Agassi leads in the second set. Down a set. Midday and a big audience here at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Capacity almost 24,000 here to see Andre Agassi. His farewell open, his finale is one of the tennis greats. He's down a set 7-5, but leads 2-1 here in the second against Benjamin Becker, Baylor All-America, NCAA champion a couple years ago.
Both players have served well in spots. Not particularly high percentage, but Agassi barely moved on that last return. Not move his feet at all. Some good pop. Becker's stepping in and taking that second serve early. That's a good play.
It's been the forehand that has let Becker down in the match, even though he leads by a set.
Becker's going for a lot more, and he's made plenty of mistakes. There's a lot of returns he's missed, and often let Andre off the hook, it appears. But Andre's kept him off balance with different paces and speeds.
Still get the sense that Becker is going to have to lose this match for Andre to advance.
I think Andre realizes that too. He's definitely pulled back. Just hope for the best. You wouldn't think a total unknown would be dictating play against a guy who's great at ground stroker as Andre and returner server. But that's what he's been forced to accept here.
The excruciating back pain that goes with his injury, however, will reduce the legend to normal. And Agassi, you cannot overemphasize the courageous nature of his appearances here at the Open. I mean, he's playing hurt.
Those first two matches have taken their toll, because this is the worst he's looked out of the three. No doubt about it.
A reminder from the executive producers of ER and The West Wing comes a new drama starring Ray Liotta, Smith. It premieres Tuesday, September 19th here on CBS. Now Agassi leads in the second set 3-1. Becker 7-5, the winner of the opening set. Here's Agassi retreating deep once again.
He even caught that late, 10 feet behind the baseline. I think the big thing there, if you to look at that, is how few points Agassi's won off the second serve. That's unusual.
And another race at 131 for Becker. Oh, he generates some power off such a small frame. 10 aces.
Well, it's like Mary said, though, it doesn't look like he's forcing it. He's serving within himself, and yet he's got all this power and variety. Great serve, Becker.
Fastest speed, 120 for Agassi, and Becker up over 140 in this match. And the slice serve, 100 miles an hour, an ace. Our coverage continues after this word from your local station. With Mary Carrillo and John McEnroe, Dick Enberg, and all our CBS team here at the U.S. Open. Our live action continues, 7 hours on this Sunday, and Andre Agassi down a set, serves at 3-2 in the second.
Well, he doesn't need luck, too, Becker. Clips the tape, falls over on Agassi's side. If he gets breaks like that, he might find himself in the 4th round.
Agassi, for those of you just joining us, has battled a tough week. This is his farewell performance as one of the tennis greats. Took a 30-minute cortisone shot on Tuesday after a long match against Pavel. Then his anti-inflammatories after another long test on Thursday night. Marco Bagdatis playing with a painful bad back against the young Becker.
He's got to watch it here now, Andre Agassi. He knows he doesn't have to win another point off Becker's serve for the rest of the set if he can just hold his serve a few more times. And the only time until this moment when Becker has been able to break Andre, Agassi double faulted on that Becker break point. But now it's different.
Yeah.
Saved 6 breakers in the first service game of this set, and now faces love 40. More and more looking like a fighter pinned against the ropes and wounded.
That's in, too.
And at love, Becker breaks to even the second set at 3-all. Meanwhile, Lindsay Davenport, some are speculating that this could be her last U.S. Open, and the 10th seed is even with the 22nd seed Srebotnik at 4-all. Final set.
Let for service.
Winner of this match will play either Verdasco or Roddick. They meet next on Arthur Ashe today. Tough lefty, Verdasco, one of the many fine Spaniards here in this championship. Can't help but think back, Mary and John, to the French Open a year ago when Andre with a bad back played Yarko Niemann and limped his way out of Paris, but fought through the 4 sets. Even though he had the early lead, he wasn't going to walk off, retire, allowed Niemann to win.
Yeah, he was up 2 sets to 1, lost a 4th, and then he's really struggling. And he even continued on 6. I think it was 6-0 in the 5th, and he wanted to give his credit to his opponent. That says a lot about him. He's in obvious pain. You start to even wonder. You're thinking the same thing now. Should he keep playing? I mean, you don't sense he's going to stop, but it is tough to see right now. He's still trying to find a way to win. That's just.
Becker is a solid player and much better, I think, than most anticipated they would see today. Aaron Cahill.
Maybe get that white towel out, like they do in boxing. Sometimes a player needs to help from himself. You don't want certainly any long-term damage for Andre here.
Just no pop in his ground strokes now, as Becker, with a 4-3 lead in the second, owns the opening set. And welcome back, and this is Agassi walking to the chair after that last game, disheartened and obviously not 100%.
The crowd is obviously trying to rally Andre, but it's almost as if they know how much pain he's in. They don't even want to push him too much. They're worried. It's like everyone collectively is worried about him.
But what's interesting is, didn't you feel the same way in the Pavel match and the Baghdadis match? It almost seemed like, oh gosh, I just hope he can hold together.
He looked a lot better. He moved a lot better in those matches. He's really struggling here.
That's his only chance, Agassi. As if Becker goes away, Lindsay Davenport needs to serve to stay alive in her third-round match against Katerina Srebotnik.
He's had a complicated relationship, as he's talked about, with his father, Andre. But I saw a quote from his father saying he should not play, after that match against Baghdadis. So much was taken out of him. He's struggling there. You can see why there's an argument for that.
Yeah, he said he wished he had just announced there that that's it. That's my final match.
Well, he thought this serve.
Agassi thought this serve was long, so he wasn't really playing this rally.
He can't challenge Becker's call. That's way in.
From 40-15 to deuce.
His great friend and trainer Gil Reyes says that all Andre wants is to be able to lean into the tape at the end. It doesn't look like he'll be able to do that.
I don't see Gil there.
I think he's with Steffi.
Okay. He dug deep to hit that serve.
Yeah, is there any doubt about the man's heart? There's Gil Reyes, since 1990 has been the trainer and confidant, close friend of Andre.
He can barely move now. And that's what Andre always said. All he ever wants when he enters tournaments in these last couple of years has been to give himself the best chance to have a look at winning.
Yeah, he doesn't want to limp out. That, in his own words, said, I just don't want to limp out of New York.
He might.
Yeah, his dad, Mike, said after the Baghdadis victory, I hope that was his last match. If it's up to me, I wouldn't let him go out and play his next round. His retirement is overdue. Not because of his age, but because of his illness. His back just plain hurts. Ready, holds for 4-all.
Well, this is just a couple examples of Andre's obvious difficulties. I mean, he's just standing there, just reaching for the ball, unable to bend there, backtracking there. See, no real effort. I mean, balance isn't there. He just can't push off. And somehow he could figure out a way to win this. He's got to come back and play a tougher match tomorrow.
Against either Andy Roddick or Fernando Verdasco, who will meet next here on Arthur Ashe today. We'll have that match for you, as well as Serena Williams later. She's third up. Caught the outside of the line. And Davenport does hold her serve. 5-all in the final set. Oh, there cheers. Agassi of old. Yeah, they'll cheer.
That was 135. Becker struck that serve. That's classic Andre Agassi.
Should have said Agassi of young.
That ball looked like it was in. He's going to challenge that. He's going to get some people against him, that's for sure. But I think you'd see the ball caught the... Yeah, did.
Just did bite the outside of the line.
Benjamin Becker was asked in a press conference a couple of days ago, what's the most hostile crowd you've ever faced? Because obviously he's wearing a black hat today, and he laughed and said, probably playing college tennis, Baylor against Texas Tech, about 200 people, he said, were hoping he'd lose.
Yeah. Would you mind turning your badge? Thank you. Thanks, Franklin.
Agassi, there's a reflection off a badge behind Becker that was bothering Agassi. Again, unable to get to that backhand. Second booth in from the left. That's where the replay official seats, and his seat there offers his advice as well. But the process is very quick. I think the fans have really enjoyed it, the challenge system. Dale Bradshaw is the official today. There on the left. And the fans have really been involved in all the challenges. They have their opinion. They cheer, boo.
Agassi's still in this game. That clipped the line. And he needs to get through this second set, get back in this match. He obviously does not want to get down 2 sets to love. Now the crowd's involved.
That one just did hit the baseline. Oh, Agassi. A break point. Well, this huge crowd, be a sellout today, came in part just to pay tribute to Andre Agassi, and he's giving them all he has, even though it's not the 100% that we've enjoyed through his tremendous career, 21 consecutive appearances here at the Open. Does he have a miracle in him today?
Becker actually thought his backhand was going to float long, and so did Andre. Because Andre did not seem ready to hit this forehand. Maybe the wind caught it, but that was a bad mishit.
That was a chance for a 5-4 lead and serve for the set. Back to deuce.
Telltale sign of nerves is he's missing a lot of first serves, and Becker has this game, but he still looks like he'll be able to pull it out perhaps. Got an ad.
They play a final set tiebreak here at the Open, and that's what Davenport is serving to accomplish now over at Louis Armstrong. Actually, that's a grandstand, that competition.
Not yet.
Finds a way, doesn't he?
He's a better volleyer than he's ever been, in my opinion. I mean, this is a good shot right here. The ball's low from Becker. Agassi really handled that well. He's Got that racket prepared nicely to go to either side. Gets the job done. Becker can't find a first serve.
12 aces for him, just one double fault. Another big second serve. His serve has been so effective that he's just won command of the point early.
It's got some good pace and some spin. It's just put Andre immediately in a defensive position. It's not where he wants to be.
And the ace, his 13th of the match. 5-4 second set. Andre Agassi in his final U.S. Open. Hopes it's not today, but he's down a set and serves 4-5 to stay in the second set against 25-year-old German Benjamin Becker. American collegiate star at Baylor. John, you pointed out how you admire the college players that come into the pro ranks and get some of that education, and Becker's one of several that are involved in this championship. James Blake at Harvard, Paul Goldstein at Stanford, Ryan Sweeting at Florida. At the baseline.
Unfortunately for NCAA champions, they haven't done particularly well in the pros, so that's discouraged prospects from hanging in there.
And Lindsay Davenport into a tiebreak to decide who moves on to the fourth round. No, that's wide, and Agassi really buckled in pain as he tried to reach for that drop shot.
He's limping noticeably after missing that ball. I see him come up. He's got time. He's lined it up. But right there, he didn't use his legs at all. And that's what happens when you hurt your back. You're afraid to really get low. So you end up hunching over to your back, which makes it even worse.
That second serve, and Becker ready to rip that backhand return.
That's what Agassi normally does to his opponents.
Perhaps the biggest moment of young Becker's tennis life, that's for certain, playing the idol and legend. No room for sentiment on his end. This is a day for him to put in his history bank. He's 2 points from a two-set lead.
Agassi just floated in, just looking to end the point, and didn't hit a good volley. Becker had a real good chance to get a set point there. He tightened up, and again, this the way Andre's going to win this is just hope Becker's level of play drops and the occasion's too much.
And the ace for Agassi to 5-all.
He certainly needs a set, Andre. He'd get down 2 sets to love. It'd be, I think, doomsday for him, the way he's feeling.
Andre's 9th ace. O'clock in the east, 10 o'clock for you folks out watching on the West Coast. Part of our 7 hours of coverage all the way to 6 o'clock Eastern time today. Benjamin Becker from Germany against Andre Agassi. Third round action, and Becker with a set lead, serving at 5-all. Second set. Playing against an Agassi that is hardly 100%. Working through a painful back that has bothered him throughout the championship, but he's managed to make it to the third round. Meanwhile, Sorobatnik and Davenport in a tie break to decide that match, and Davenport up a mini break 3-1. Patty Schneider, one of the top 10 players, has moved through to the fourth round with a win today. Lozano is the woman who dismissed Martina Hingis.
That is about as good a second serve as you'll see, unless you're Pete Sampras or Goran Ivanisevic. This guy's only 5'10", complete unknown. He's serving like another Becker that we used to watch.
Ace for Becker runs his count to 15. So Agassi will serve to get into a tie break when we return to Arthur Ashe. But let's go to that tie break. Thanks, Ian and Pam. And here it's 1 point all in the tie break. We just had a challenge, and it was won by Becker. Point had been given to Agassi, but on the challenge, Becker won. And to level it at 1 point all, as you saw, Agassi wins that point 2-1 on serve here in the tie break. This is, from Agassi's end, this is the match. This is his chance to maintain hopes of moving on in the tournament.
Becker tossed a double in the first point he serves, so he's feeling the pressure right now. Big time.
Only his second double fault in the match. And
That's
there's
the third.
another. Legends do live forever, and Agassi has earned that privilege. Good wide serve. 3 points to Agassi. Now serves. Yeah, the thing about bad backs, they're not like cramps where sometimes you can work it out and, you know, with activity somehow it goes away. The bad back does not. Agassi fights through it, has the lead in this tie break, 4 points to 2. They'll change ends.
Well, that was almost a hop and a skip for him. He's really walked slowly, and now the crowd's fired up because they see that Agassi could pull this second set out and somehow come back.
Becker, although his pro career very brief, because of that big serve of his, you saw that he's 5-0 in tie breaks. And Agassi throws in a double fault. So there goes the mini edge, 4 points to 3.
Looks like he caved in on himself at the end of this. You know, he's lost an awful lot of pace on his serve in this match. That one just 96 miles an hour, and then you can see it seems to be a painful response to even having to serve. And with what Andre Agassi has got wrong with his back, it's not like he could be treated on a changeover.
Oh, yes. Becker shouldn't have stopped playing that.
How did that get over?
Well, there was no call. Becker stopped playing. I mean, that was not a good decision from him. Oh, it looked to me like it clipped the back of the line. He just stood there watching. Agassi.
Let's see what shot tracker shows. It did catch the line. Agassi with the lead, 5-3.
Could be the difference in this set.
And 3 set points.
And Agassi gave that one a little more heat. Leaned in on that backhand, and that surprised Becker. Caused the error.
Well, he stepped it up. He's got that adrenaline pumping. This is huge for Andre.
Let's for service.
One set point saved. 2 more for Agassi. This is the big one on his serve. Oh, it's why they cheer. Greatness reveals itself under pressure and pain, and Agassi has leveled the match at 1 set all. The last 2 minutes, the crowd on its feet celebrating. It's not a victory that will advance him to the 4th round for Agassi, but he has won a set, and fans came and realized it's going to be a tough day for this veteran, and how rich that moment was that he was able to win the tiebreak. See what's left.
How about that sign? It's down from Argentina, coming up 5,300 miles just to see him play. It says something about Andre worldwide, not just here. They love him.
Isn't that the truth? All around the world, he's just so popular, always has been. Even that brash image kid, they loved him then, and now they embrace him all the more. Starts this 3rd set with a double fault.
He's limping now.
6-double.
We didn't really see that. We saw it after both of his early round matches, going in and out of the press conferences, walking to his car. Now he's walking with a limp on the court.
He was moving better in that tiebreaker, and he did step it up. He's been out there 150 now. He's still just starting the 3rd, so he's going to be out there a while more. At the very least, it's going to be a 3-hour match.
You can see him just wince after every service attempt.
Becker was furious at himself in the tiebreak, that he had let this one slip away. Agassi's back to sort of just reaching for the ball, and he had it going in the tiebreaker, but he seems to have lost that edge here. But
just long.
And he's going to challenge that, Becker. This would give him 2 set points. 2 break points, excuse me. That'd be a nice boost for him if you're able to get on top here, quiet the crowd a bit.
Quickly the official review, and
that looks like it's in.
So that nicked the line.
He's 3 for 3 now, Becker.
By the fuzz of the ball. So that gives him the 2 break points. Keen eye, this Becker. He's challenged and won all 3.
It's easier for Agassi to hit the ground stroke than to serve. At the moment, he's just spinning it in.
89 miles an hour for serve. Last one. And there's the break, and Becker takes the early lead here in the 3rd. And one has to wonder how long Agassi can maintain this competition under the pain that he is.
He didn't even sit down.
No.
He didn't even, no, he's not supposed to, but he's walking like an old man.
Just tender steps.
It looked like he would be able to will his way after winning that second set, and then all of a sudden he realized he still felt bad, and it's just this letdown. It's just noticeable now. Becker picked up on it. He's got the quick break.
After the late night marathon with Marcos Bagdatis Thursday night into Friday morning, Gil Reyes said that Agassi was in so much pain that he had to lie down on his way to the car in the parking lot.
It almost seems like he's better off returning. Becker's hit a big serve, but it's less strain on the back. He's got a chance to break back here.
Love 30 opening.
On the line.
Rare time for Becker to come forward. Hasn't done that much.
Well, he's 11 out of 14. That's pretty good. See that ball smack the line. He's coming in good approach shots, and he sees Agassi's off balance. That makes life a little bit easier when you have to hit a volley.
Outside in.
And this is just a good solid point because Agassi is trying desperately to break back here. Not give Becker any momentum again. That ball's on the line as well.
He's been painting a lot of lines in this match, approaching 2 hours in length. All the things Agassi did not want to have happen. One, to fall behind early, and two, to have a long day's work. That's gone against the game plan. And he earns a break point with that backhand.
He's got to hurt Becker off that return, especially on the second serve, so he can dictate play. Becker has not used that shot for a while, but he picked a good time to do it there. See, Andre just did not do enough with this return. Didn't have much on it and gave Becker some time to think that one over.
Break point.
Last serve that Becker hit was 136. Not enough. That's the better serve. He should take something off and get a higher percentage in, because he's got some good variety. Well disguised serve. He doesn't need to try to power it through Andre. He needs to get him stretching, reaching. Serve was only 102, but well placed. So is that.
Point now for a 2-love lead.
He tosses that ball up, and Agassi knows he may go up the middle and makes that serve tough to return. That's 3 excellent serves to get himself out of trouble.
17th ace secures the 2-love lead. Well, it's a big night Tuesday. I know you're all anticipating, as we are, the premiere of the CBS Evening News with Katie Curry. A new era in news Tuesday night here on CBS. Well, Agassi with a couple of break chances that last game, but Becker had the goods and continues on his way with that big return winner.
There's just no safe place for Andre in this match. Not on his serve. He's not returning well enough. He's not fit enough to grind with Becker.
Becker sees Mary's lost a lot of sting on that serve, so he's just stepping in, and that's effective aggression. He's going over the low part of the net. Those are pretty high percentage returns.
Lots of action today. Most of his third round for a swing through.
And how good is this? These first 3 points.
3 big return clean winners. And at love, Agassi broken again. 3-love lead, double break up is B.Becker. Will continue after this word from your local station. So Benjamin Becker with a commanding 2-break lead here to third set. 3-love. A set all at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Exactly 2 hours this match has been extended. So, John, when you're down double break and you're hurting, not 100%, I mean, the chances are so slim of anything happening now in this set. You just can't fast forward and go to the fourth. But in philosophy, isn't that about where Agassi is?
Ironically, in his first 2 matches, you mentioned that, and you'd think, he's got to try to hold back and save something for the 4th or 5th, but he was up or down 4-love against Pavel and came back, won that set, and then he was up 4-love at 2-1 against Bagdatis and lost that set. So, given those set of circumstances, I wouldn't say he's in that position yet here, especially after what happened. He almost had the chance. He had 2 break points to break back here the last time Becker served. It's certainly looking grim at the moment for this 3rd set.
Becker, by the way, on Thursday night wanted to watch the match between Andre Agassi and Marcos Bagdatis, and they wouldn't let him in. Didn't have a ticket. He tried to watch from one of the portals.
That was going for broke, but it worked.
He said he tried twice to get into Arthur Ashe Stadium and finally gave up, went home and watched the matches so many did on hotel television.
See, this is what Andre, unfortunately, it's a desperate tactic, but it's about all he seems to have left. When he's lost matches of late, Agassi, he tries to go for too much, tries to hit as big as the guys he's facing. I got to think that's his only shot at this stage, because he can't grind.
Nice pickup by Becker off the baseline. A point for 4-love.
There's a lot of players that have watched Agassi over the years hit that shot off the baseline and worked on it and been able to improve upon it because of this very man. And that's a tough shot to hit, what Becker just did. Agassi looks like he's barely making the effort to hit the return, then you look up and the ball's gone by you.
Well, so many guys can hit hard from the back, just bash. The guy who can do it without making a lot of mistakes is the man who stands out, and that's what Agassi's been able to do over the last decade. Just cut down on his errors. and give his opponents lots of chances to lose.
Ace sliced wide, number 18.
Those are the serves he should keep hitting. He doesn't need to go for the big bombs, especially as far back as Andre is to return.
And Andre went from being flamboyant when we first saw him here 21 years ago to being anti-flamboyant. And that's when he really started to get good. Solid and steady instead of just bashing. But I think his only chance to win this match is to go back to his flamboyant days. Just hit as cleanly and as few shots as possible.
It's painful for him to bend. I mean, he waits to the last instant to even get in a ready position. But yet he can still hit winners.
It's amazing. It's a tremendous talent, that hand-eye coordination. Even with a stiff back, able to see it quickly and get a racket on it, that racket speed.
He's got to go for broke, and he's got to go for break at this stage.
Here's a break point. Get one of those breaks back. And does. 3-1. Okay, Mary, ever wonder what happened to the people with whom you went to school?
No.
Okay. Well, this group of friends is about to find out.
Tough luck.
The Class. Thanks for the help. A new comedy premieres Monday, September 18th on CBS. How about you, John?
Very frequent.
Ask the wrong person.
No, I didn't have a high attendance record, frankly, in school. I didn't get to know them too much when I was even there.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Someone as cerebral as you didn't go to class. Oh, dribbles over the top of the net cord.
Crowd's booing Becker.
But he's doing everything right. He's playing this match right. He's playing that particular shot just right.
How dare you hit a left corner and go over?
How dare you move Agassi? How dare you put him in even more pain?
That's really what they're going.
That looked out. Call was. Yeah.
It was interesting. Conditions so dire for Agassi, and yet after he was broken in the first game of the set, he had a chance to break back, then goes down a double break, and
he's still in this set.
Yeah. 100-mile-an-hour ace, his 10th. Ooh. Can't even straighten back up for the second serve.
Just after the first serve.
Look at he just doesn't even straighten up. But he holds. It's 3-2. 1:35 in the afternoon on a beautiful blue sky Sunday, and out on the food courts in the Plaza area, and see the large screen television. Fans having a lunch, and Benjamin Becker serves it 1-all, and with a 3-2 lead. Led 3-love double break, and Agassi taking the last two games to maintain interest in this third set.
Well, he's made it a lot more interesting. That could be the challenge. Andre's going to challenge that.
They're involved. How quickly the official review. So they're one of the possible arguments against this that would delay play. It certainly has it. And Agassi, keen-eyed that he is.
No, he's wrong. It was in.
It was in. Okay. Maybe saw that one with his heart. under the circumstances, Becker flirting with trouble here, isn't he?
He's gotten edgy out there. He doesn't seem as comfortable. His motion's gone off a little bit on his serve. This is a chance for Agassi here to get right back in this set.
You saw Agassi loses one of his 2 challenges now in the set, and that did come into play in his last match. Didn't Baghdadis use both of his challenges?
He lost both, and he couldn't use any late in the 5th set.
And he could have actually had an overrule had he had a challenge left.
Still hasn't quite figured out Agassi how to return Becker. He's moved back. He's moved into the court. He's tried to cheat a certain way. He just can't get a good handle on the German serving.
That's good again. Boy, his depth of shot making has been quite remarkable as well. He's hit a lot of lines. Say you can visit usopen.org and watch the action live on your computer exclusively on usopen.org. 4-2.
Okay, please. Thank you.
An 86-mile-an-hour second serve works.
He senses a lot of people out here that are unsure of quite what's going on. They're sort of edgy. How bad does Andre feel? And you get the feeling Becker's starting to feel that as well. He's not quite sure what to do right now. That caught the line.
He's going to wear the paint off the baseline, Benjamin Becker.
Agassi is playing pretty quickly out there. Not wasting much time. Surprisingly fast.
The 13th ace for Agassi. But he trails 4-3 in the 3rd set. Sculptor Eric Fischel's artistry out in the Arthur Ashe Commemorative Garden.
He's a big tennis fan, so he's very proud that it's out there. Beautiful. Becker 4-3, still up a break, but it's tight out there.
Agassi doing well to extend the point.
That's a lot.
Time running out on Agassi here in the 3rd set. Taking that second serve and sending it back in a hurry.
See, Becker doesn't look the same as he did when he came out physically. I mean, he didn't make much of an effort for that. You wonder if the emotions are getting to him because he hasn't been in the situation before. This is only his 2nd ever Grand Slam event. He looks like he's slowing down a bit. Maybe it's all mental. I'm not so sure. He's struggling out there.
It's 30 all. Becker enjoyed a double break lead at 3-love.
It's worth noting that not only must this be an overwhelming experience for the 25-year-old German, but It's also his 6th match because he had to go through 3 rounds of qualifying.
And remember, against Baghdadis, Agassi, although suffering from the back pain, it was Baghdadis who in the final set was falling apart with cramps.
Becker's 3 qualifying wins were best of 3 sets, not best of 5. I'm just lucky that this ball even went back over the court. You know, he recognizes this chance here.
And Becker with the ace takes a 5-3 lead. Well, out in that Arthur Ashe commemorative garden, there's a quote from Arthur. It says, "From what we get, we can make a living. What we give, however, makes a life." And in some ways, when you think ahead for the man serving, who has given so much to the game and given so much in 60 million plus to charity, he has lived by those powerful words and message.
15 Becker's also just going for broke. Not playing a lot of long points.
Fans looking at that shot as evil.
Now they want him. They don't want him to. They're booing him because he hit a drop shot. You got to hit it to him at least. They're saying at least give him a chance.
6 times he's come away with a winner on that drop shot. It's all part of the competition.
He's not moving as well, though. Something's going on with him.
No, he isn't moving as well, raising questions as to his fitness. Couple of points for 5-4. Put the pressure on Becker to serve it out. Take a 2-1 lead. And that's where we'll be when we return to Arthur Ashe Stadium. It'll be Becker at 5-4. Andre Agassi giving fans here at Arthur Ashe Stadium, and it's a huge audience on this Sunday. 24,000 approaching that number. Some hope as he's put the pressure on Becker to serve it out on his serve at 5-4 for the 2-1 lead.
How did he get that?
Oh, my! They can't salute him loud enough.
Talk about digging deep.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
It's long. Love 30 opening. 4-year-old son, Jaden Gill, with Mama Steffi. And here in New York, for all family, 24,000 in support of Agassi. This is the kind of pressure that both Pavel and Baghdadis faced, with a crowd so in support of Agassi.
That's in.
Hits another line.
Andre looks up to him and says, "You're right, that was good." Still up 15-30.
Shot tracker, U.S. Open shot tracker actually inside the line. Agassi with 2 points from 5-all, however, trying to dig out of a double break deficit here in this third set.
And this is in Baylor, Texas Tech right now for Becker. Walking gingerly there.
He had to stretch wide for that forehand, and nothing there to get back into the court, but it was long anyway.
Does hurt more when you miss.
And Becker continues to mount in that ace column. 20 now for him.
It's the biggest serve he's hit for a while. This came at a nice time for him. Set point.
Correct call, confirmed by umpire Molina. There's the U.S. Open shot tracker, and half a ball long. Agassi straining to stay alive, but here's Becker with another set point. Become a typical sight at the Grand Slams, big screens, television, those who can't get into the main show court. And Benjamin Becker secures the set. 6-4, leads 2 sets to 1. And we welcome you back to our 7 hours of live coverage, over 20 hours through this Labor Day weekend. And Benjamin Becker, during that break, decided to go back into the locker room, the bathroom break. Mary, there was some word that Becker has had some problems with cramping as we look at the match summary through 3 sets.
Earlier this summer, he was playing the tough young kid Tursunov and cramped during that match. We've been mentioning that he looks a little stiff-legged in the last set of this one against Andre Agassi.
Well, he had to retire at 2-1 in that match, and he's struggling out there right now. He didn't show any signs of emotion when he won this set, and you would have thought when you go up 2 sets to 1 against Agassi, you'd be happy, but he's not moving well. I mean, it does look like he's either about to or start cramping.
Well, wouldn't that be something?
And all of a sudden, Agassi's, stepped it up, hit that 120. Agassi's done this to so many opponents, broken them down.
And another race, and so Agassi starts with an easy hold. As we check other action, what is it about Nalbandian? Why don't they just give his opponent 2 sets and then you start to play, see if he can win 3 in a row?
That's a second-round match they're playing.
Because of the rain delays, they really have a lot of catching up to do, whoever wins. Oh, number 5 seed, Nadia Petrova, trailing Golovin. Robredo a 2-set advantage.
He's done. He's looked good, Robredo.
Well, Sweeting, a good effort, but Olivier Rokas takes him out in 5 sets.
15.
Saw Davenport earlier in a tiebreak for that decisive set to move on to the 4th round. Schneider winner. But focus in this championship and on this day on the returner Andre Agassi. His farewell to a great career.
15.
Fans hoping it'll be extended on to the 4th round. He has to battle out of a 2-set-to-1 deficit. But his opponent certainly isn't dominating the action the way he did earlier in the match.
But the good news is it's starting to look like things are turning here in Agassi's favor. The bad news is he's going to have to come back tomorrow if he were to pull these last 2 sets out. That's going to be the transition. It's going to be awfully rough because it's clear that he's not moving as well as he did the first few rounds.
Andy Roddick and Fernando Verdasco are scheduled next here on Arthur Ashe Stadium, and the winner of that match will play the winner of this one tomorrow. I have that for you here on CBS.
The Agassi camp has already requested that if that were to happen, Andre would play at night, not during the day on Labor Day.
Is that all right with CBS?
Oh, yeah. They say, oh, sure, whatever you want. Yeah, absolutely.
Ruse the fact that that was a pretty easy chance to return. But not that one. Swung wide, and a point now for 1-all in the 4th.
The cramping kid versus the guy with the old guy with the gimpy back. I mean.
And the hold for Becker, 1-all. Well, I know many of you out there enjoy the tremendous talent of Scarlett Johansson. Well, she's on with Dave tomorrow night on The Late Show. Dave goes, wait a minute, he's going to go on a wild chopper ride as well. What a show tomorrow. David Letterman here on CBS. Doesn't take Labor Day off.
It's like he's a hard worker.
15.
Becker not making much of an effort at all in the returning games. Agassi now with 16 aces. He's got to be as high in a tournament match for a long time. Played over 2.5 hours just early in the 4th set. Wow. Shield your children.
It looks like he's having trouble walking right now, Becker.
And a give up ace to conclude that game. Well, a puzzling turn of events here in the 4th set with Agassi down 2-1. His young opponent, B.Becker, the former Baylor star, national collegiate champion, is suddenly almost immobile. And Agassi, playing with a bad back, has had his problems, but it's Becker here in the 4th set that's hardly taken a step on the returning games.
We have a new show here called Survivor Flushing Meadow, starring Andre Agassi and this man, 25-year-old Benjamin Becker.
His home is just 10 minutes from the Luxembourg border in Germany, not related to Boris Becker. Four years at Baylor and led the Bears to the national title, and he won the singles championship.
Well, the last thing to go is the serve. He's not able to use his legs quite as effectively, and you see he beat Grosjean. That was a good win for him. Belanger, close four-setter. But look at right now, he's in some trouble, even though he's up 2-1. Big trouble. He's banking on holding and maybe, somehow pulling this out in a breaker or something, because he's not making much of an effort on Andre's serve. He may not get there the way things are going.
And another line clipped by Becker.
Not yet called the trainer. I see Per Bastolt in the corner waiting. I think a call would be imminent or soon.
Ace out wide on the slice.
So both guys know their opponents aren't moving as well, so they can try to just hang on here. That's clearly what they're both doing for different reasons.
Becker the advantage of a 2-1 lead. And a point here for 2-all in the fourth. And he's got it. Next up will be Andy Roddick, champion here 3 years ago. Defeating Juan Carlos Ferrero in the finals. And Roddick's had a terrific summer with Jimmy Connors, his new coach. He's lost only one match of 15 on the hard courts, and he meets Fernando Verdasco next.
.68 winners for Becker in this match.
And Agassi with 18 aces.
Twice the amount of Agassi.
What a stab return by Agassi, and rewarded with a point.
Becker hit that return about as hard as you can hit one. He had a ball that he should have made, but I think he was shocked the ball came back.
Another wild forehand.
It's all or nothing for Becker.
Again, of course, through his collegiate years and most of his experience in his tennis life has been best 2 of 3. So to be extended beyond 3 sets is a new experience for Becker. Qualifier Benjamin Becker with a 2-1 lead. No breaks here in the fourth. Becker, not the energy that he came out on the court with to start this match. That was 2 hours and 41 minutes ago. Serving a 2-3. Becker's coach at Baylor is reportedly here to support him today, Matt Knoll. Apparently, and Benny told us in our visit that it was good for him to go to college 4 years. He needed to mature. In fact, he was terribly homesick his freshman year at Baylor. Slaps another line with that ace. And Matt, in fact, so much so that as a freshman, he felt so lonely and homesick that didn't feel motivated, and Coach Knoll wouldn't let him hit with the varsity until he straightened up his emotional act. Yeah, we found him a very thoughtful, mature 25-year-old, and he said it was the best thing I could have done. That if kind of tried to play professional tennis the normal age, I never would have had a chance.
He's not a big guy. He's only listed at 5'10". He's got a lot of power on his shots, and that's taking its toll on him. In the moment, obviously, a lot of cramping is mental. And, he is just at the edge right here.
Agassi looking for that break to try to send this one to 5.
40 seconds.
Good pace on that forehand from Becker's end.
The pace isn't his problem, that's for sure. He can hit a big ball.
Many more winners and almost double the unforced errors from Becker's end. 69 winners in the match to 34 for Agassi. And another. He hit 70 in the win column. Well, coming Thursdays to CBS, apparently this has hit written all over it. Academy Award nominee James Woods redefines the courtroom drama in the most anticipated new show of the season. Shark premieres Thursday, September 21st after CSI. 3-all in the fourth, and Agassi earns the first point.
See Agassi going back on the return, just trying to get in a rally, and you see Becker moving forward, just going for outright winners.
Mary Jo Fernandez did talk with the ATP trainers and said there's apparently nothing physically wrong with him. And certainly
he hasn't spoken to him. He hasn't brought him out yet on the court. You know, taking a look at him.
Does that surprise you? Is that just his youth and inexperience on the pro level? Nothing.
Part of it is absolutely mental. There's no doubt about it. You know, but this is, he's been out there almost 3 hours, and we've pointed out he's not used to playing 5-set matches. He's looking to play short points. That's for sure.
Agassi having his own way on his serve. Becker serving 3-4, fourth set. Agassi came bouncing out, a little more happiness in his step as he returned to court. Whether he's feeling better or this is just to show his opponent that he's ready to break him.
I think he's feeling better because Becker's feeling worse. Give him some hope here to pull this out in 5. He's not been in any long, tough rallies this set, and that's good for Andre, too.
With Becker going for his shots, hit or miss, it's saved Agassi from running around the court to retrieve. But Becker still has that weapon. A very good serving match for him. Percentage is under 50% for the match, but his aces and service winners are quite outstanding. There's Coach Matt Knoll. Baylor took his team to the 2004 National Championship with Becker being his star and the collegiate singles champion that year.
Are there any Americans on that team? Do you know?
It was dominated, as most tennis teams are, by outstanding foreign players.
He held that too long. He could have hit the drop shot there. Just ball floated on Becker. Too much time to think about that.
And the way he moved with that ball, Agassi had to put that in his memory bank. Wouldn't surprise me to see him try a little dropper on Becker. As Agassi 30-all here at 3-4. 132 miles an hour, and he still got that big first serve. 23 aces for Becker. Sure this isn't a man related to Boris?
Boris-like.
And he holds for all the score here in the fourth. Speaking of the marathon man, how about David Nalbandian? I mean, he's just automatic. He loves those 5 setters. He's rallied from 2 sets down against Murat Safin.
One-sided there.
Yeah, it's young Djokovic is a terrific talent. Good battle there, Novak and Malise. Let's go, Andre. New York cheer. lost only 2 of his last 18 service points.
He's got new balls, and he threw that down at 119. And he's got some zip on that serve again.
Russian Mikhail Yuzny sends home the number 11 seed David Ferrer of Spain. Olivier Rochus spoils the dreams of young Sweeting. John, we've seen some errant shots, but in this set, some of the efforts by Becker are 30 feet off the court.
Agassi's also serving in the 80s. And he's not even going after them, it seems, Becker. 21st ace for Andre.
He's just hoping to take this into a tiebreak, Becker, and somehow pull it out.
And Becker's service percentages have gone down steadily, and Agassi's have gone up.
Agassi has won 20 of the last 22 service points. Well, Agassi's performance has enlivened the hopes of this large crowd at Arthur Ashe Stadium that's rooting so vociferously in his behalf. Now it's Becker's serving at 4-5 to stay in the 4th set. But the facts of the matter here in the 4th set, neither server's had any problems. The returner's never gone beyond a 30 score in any game. There's a turnabout. Becker with a rash of errors. Agassi a clean set. Hasn't had to hit many balls. It's just when hope rises, he comes up with that goods on the serve. 130 miles an hour down the middle.
It's like a puncher in boxing. The last thing to go is the punch. He's still got the serve. You'll have to move for that.
The mark again, Becker, and there's the 15-30 opening for Agassi. 2 points from squaring this match at 2 sets all.
You can see more and more errors because he just doesn't believe in his fitness. The occasion is overwhelming him.
Then he goes out wide, just misses long.
Andre's going to look like it caught the outside of the line, but he's going to give it. This will be the second challenge. Or is that the last set? I'm losing track now. 2 a set.
He's got both challenges left. And it was indeed good. He's been perfect. 4 for 4 in the match. 4 challenges, and he's been right 4 times.
Agassi challenged that one. He was looking for him to kick that break points. He's 2 points from leveling this match now.
So Agassi's tried to help this crowd along, but now he has 1 challenge left in this set. Well, they've got 1 red light up there, but I guess they've not corrected that. So he's used both his challenges. They both pick up a challenge in the tiebreak if it should go to that.
Here's set point.
Oh, they're aching to send it up another few decibels. They're on their feet. Appeared to be a gust of wind right in the middle of that point.
Which made things even trickier. A total miss hit from Becker went in.
Fans thought that the serve was long. The shot tracker indicates it just did hit the line. Boy, he has really painted the lines throughout this match. And that one, no dispute. Another ace.
And he can't challenge now, so he's got to accept that call.
25th ace. And another. B.Becker.
This guy's hanging tough, though. You got to hand it to him. I mean, he hasn't called out the trainer. He's clearly struggling. He's still put himself in a winning position.
And in this environment, so anti against him. Has a 2-1 lead now. Goes back to Agassi. Becker just doing absolutely zero with the Agassi serves. 21 of the last 23 service points taken by Agassi.
He's not even finding the court with a lot of these returns. He's just slapping at it. Well, at least he punted it in.
That's the best he's looked in this set off the Agassi serve. That's for sure. That was finally around.
Coming into this game, Agassi had only lost 2 points on his serve on this set. And now he's lost a couple in this game.
All of a sudden he's come to life here.
First time Becker's seen a 15-30 on the board this entire set on his behalf.
That's an incredible shot.
How big an effort by Becker in this game. Now he's got a couple of breakers and can serve for the match.
He'd really fallen quiet in his return games until just now.
And another winner, 81st winner of the match for Benjamin Becker, a game away from the 4th round. Generous applause from the fans as both men return to the court. You had a sense some were applauding Agassi's last walk as world tennis star as Benjamin Becker serves for the match. Becker had done absolutely nothing on Agassi's service games this entire set, and then comes up with 4 consecutive winners to break Agassi to take the 6-5 lead in the 4th.
I'll tell you, he must know something we didn't, because he looked out of it, and he just suddenly just turned it on, and he's 2 points away here. You never know in sports.
140-mile-an-hour miss. Still got the big serve. And it's long.
He just started to cramp. It looked like he just started to cramp there.
He's just going to make it. Yep, he did.
It's 3 match point zone. Meanwhile,
they stand as 1.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready. Thank you very much.
I don't think they're going to totally stop applauding. No, they did. And the ace for Benjamin Becker. Move over, Boris. The new Becker's in town. And the qualifier is into the 4th round as he sends Andre Agassi into retirement on his 27th ace. his opponent Becker, with all the rest applauding. And now his 4-year-old son and 2-year-old daughter will have daddy at home and a new puppy with her. And his life has been 36 years of tennis. He was with his dad striking a ball in the crib before he was 1 year old. So there's a lot of emotion to pour out.
The USTA wanted to do something special for Andre Agassi at this his final U.S. Open, and he said no. But you try to tell these fans not to give him thanks.
Talk about a lot of love. They are not going to stop.
All of it well deserved. You know, it's incredible that we're sitting here finally for the last time. But he's not going to play again. He just didn't think it was going to end.
As rich a salute as I've ever seen. The way New Yorkers know how to do it so well.
New Yorkers are more famous for giving people the raspberry, but we're pretty good at this too, aren't we?
What an outpouring. Fans out in the plaza. And now the final bow. Mary Jo Fernandez is down on the court, and as soon as the crowd allows, we're going to hear from young Becker. Let's go down to Mary Jo.
Thanks, Dick. What a moment, Benjamin. Can you put into words what playing Andre in his final match was like?
No, I mean, it all seemed like a movie for me today, playing Andre. You know, he was my idol growing up. You know, I followed his whole career. He's definitely one of a kind. You know, he bring so much to tennis. You know, he's such a gentleman. You know, I got to know him a little bit. You know, it's for me it was a great honor to play him. Obviously, it's a great moment for him, though. So everything should be for him, though. And the crowd, you know, whatever they did for him, he deserves it. You know, whatever he did.
Well, congratulations. You deserve a lot of credit, too. Good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Benjamin.
I want to wish Andre. I want to wish him all the best. You know, I know he's going to be very happy in life, and I wish him all the best. And you know, Anthony, thanks.
Thanks, Benjamin. Ladies and gentlemen, Andre Agassi. Andre wants to say a few words.
Thanks. The scoreboard said I lost today, but what the scoreboard doesn't say is what it is I have found. And over the last 21 years, I have found loyalty. You have pulled for me on the court and also in life. I have found inspiration. You have willed me to succeed, sometimes even in my lowest moments. And I have found generosity. You have given me your shoulders to stand on, to reach for my dreams, dreams I could have never reached without you. Over the last 21 years, I have found you, and I will take you and the memory of you with me for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Listen in.
It's so evenly balanced between me seeing how many great things I have to look forward to, at the same time how much I wouldn't do it again. So it feels like a balance that leaves me very clear in that piece.
And in what ways won't you do it again?
Because I did it. Because I did it.
Andre, are you at peace right now, Andre?
I strive for that every day, so I don't know how I'll be tomorrow, but right now I am.
Andre, for 36 years you've known tennis. Tennis has been your life every single day. Can you tell us what the new challenge will be in your new life and explain that a little bit?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say specifically how things will play out, but I can say that it's nice to sort of do things now without a sort of built-in cost. Whether that's time with the foundation or whether that's time out with your friends. It always comes with a cost. You're not doing something. You need to be resting. You need to be training. You need to be going somewhere. Everything you do has come with a sacrifice, and it's come with a price tag. And whether it's physical or mental, you've always had to be somewhere and be thinking about being somewhere else. And I really I look forward to being wherever I am.